All right, spent about an hour today. Finish off on the installation of this here DeWalt diesel heater. So I was taking and using the exhaust out the door until I could get a diffuser in the wall, which basically is a 3 walls. So it's a big coffee can, a pasta sauce can, and then a piece of metal pipe, steel pipe, not aluminum. And then, like I said, I bent the pieces in that, and then I shield this around all that. So now basically I'm just waiting to get the battery, which will be this week. And then out here, as you can see, piece of metal thing comes out. I just got it resting on the recycle cart with the exhaust, so it's out of the way. Yep, so it is finished. Now I can actually keep this here door closed and actually get some heat in here that's not going to escape. Yeah, I'm going to turn this puppy on. I'm going to flip that switch. That power's on. And we're going to get this thing operating. So now I basically have to prime it before getting it fired up. So, where's there's the remote. Alright, so get the remote. Let's kick it on. Yeah. Let's go a little close up here. Now, you can hear the noise. The fan is on. So I'm gonna take a prime this. I gotta push this button first. Hold it, and then that's right. One of these buttons is priming it. It's supposed to prime it. I got it up. Yeah, I got it 10. Okay. Then I just gotta flip it, push that button again, and it'll fire it up. There we go. She's primed. Now she's firing up. So basically these here 2 buttons for setting, and then you got to push one of these. I believe it's the up or the down button to get it to start up. She's at 10 right now, I think. Let's see. Yeah, she's at 10. So she's basically just firing up. Let's give it a minute. I'm going to close this door. I'm not wasting all the heat. See here, push the OK. That gives me the functions. So it's pulling 11.3 volts right now. Now she's going to start kicking up a little quicker. You can hear her firing up now, winding up. It's 11.3, 11.2, so power, the volts is going down. Back up to get it initially fired up. There we go. 11.6, 11.7, 11.8, 11.9. Shouldn't go any higher than that. be kicking in soon. Let's see what the temperature, if it's rising here. There we go. Yeah, temperature's rising. Once it gets a little bit more temperature, I think about 70 or 80, and then it starts to fire up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, about 70, and it starts to, and once it hits 80, it should be really firing up. There we go. This is only at 87, 88, but it'll go up to about 219 or something like that. Let's see, I've got about a half a tank. Climbing. I did wind force coming from it. Not as powerful, you know what I mean, as these propane ones here, but it is a lot safer using than the propane one, because you always got to keep a crack in the door open or a window cracked because the fumes off of it. So this one here I don't have to worry about. Fumes basically don't come in, they go out the hose, which is basically out the wall heat diffuser. Here, like I said, I already got it sitting on one of the chairs. It's just to angle the pipe downwards, because any moisture or whatever will drip out of the muffler and onto the ground, not back up the hose. So try not to put it level, and do not try to put it upwards, because your water will run down the line and it'll sit inside this line and it'll start rusting that line out on the inside. So basically, down, once it comes out the wall, it goes down. Inside, I'm not really too worried, because the air basically is going to force out any moisture in the pipe, is going to force that way while it's on. And while it cools, I'm not really having to worry too much of moisture being in this side, because this pipe part will still be warm, and that'll basically evaporate off the water that does kind of trickle down a little. Nice. Where the outside, it won't. So alright, oh, now the ticking is a little less. We're at 214 degrees Celsius. Oh yeah, she got some heat. Get closer and probably burn. So the DeWalt diesel heater is a good heater. I've already used it about 4 times already. We had 40 degrees in here in the garage, and I turned this on for the length of time that I was out here, for about maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. It brought the temperature up 10 degrees. So it was at actually 11 degrees. It was 51 degrees, and it was actually only 40 degrees in here. So if I had left it on for, say, an hour or longer, I probably could have had it up to about 60 degrees in here. 6 degrees is reasonable compared to 40 or 30s. Alright, so that's it for right now for the diesel heater. And there is one other thing, because I don't have the battery hooked up on here. This here light here, I'm pretty sure this one here will turn red when everything is shut off. So when I kill the power, these go off, and this rear one basically goes on and shuts off right at that point. If I had the battery hooked up, it probably wouldn't. It would just basically, it'll just red and green would just probably shut off. Alright, that's it.